The story of two souls who met between all the lights, music, and dance. Wondering what? Between music, dance, and light? It was 9th October 2024, the Garba night. She was 16 years old, and in 3 days it was her birthday. She was turning 17, and he was 17 since 7th August 2024. They both met because of their best friends who had apparently met through Instagram and who were going to meet each other for the first time in an offline setting. So they both took their best friends too. It means it was her and him, the side characters, not the main. But when they saw each other, they felt nothing. Yes, at least she did not. She doesn't knows about his point of view, but she was definitely in her own world, feeling very beautiful in a purple dress, dancing, singing. The only thing which she remembers from that day is that without a thought she went and she took a momos out of his plate, and she was like, yeah, not very tasty. And he was like, what is this girl? We haven't spoken and she is taking a bite out of my plate. Because he was unaware that she was gonna do it again and again and again. She would always interrupt in his life like it was his own. But he was unaware of everything. And even she was not aware. And then it was 11th October, a day before she will turn 17. She was standing in this road in front of a bakery, scrolling on Pinterest, that what is that design I want to get for my birthday. And then he went by his Activa in front of her, and he was smiling like this in his red hooded t-shirt, and she was like, the Garba boy, oh, it's the Garba boy, why is he looking so cute? So she instantly called her best friend. She's like, oh, was it him? Ask your that friend, right? That is he wearing red color t-shirt? And she was like, yeah. She told, why are you making such a fuss about it? And she said, because he was looking so cute, that's why. And she was like, are you sure only looking cute? And she said, yeah, only cute. And then the damn thing happened that the boats were coming. She was like, excuse me, I don't want to get this boy shit. So she never spoke to that guy again after that Garba night until the 6 months passed and the boats happened. Now, the best friends who were the main characters because of whom those two met each other, they were now maybe in love, and now everyone wanted that Garba group to reunite. And how that would happen? Only when she would go again. So she was like, yeah, okay, I can. And so she went, and then the song happened, Tu Aisa Kaise Hai. She met him, and then that was a good meeting. Then again they met in that most favorite cafe of hers, the bakery next door, and somehow it's always about a bakery. And there was this song playing while they were talking to each other. They were so scared that they couldn't even look into each other's eyes. They were sitting like this. Oh shit, what is this all happening? We are so awkward. Unaware that one day on a random chat he will tell, I go to gym and I have a bicep. And she was like, yeah, great. And he was like, why don't you join us? She said, yeah, sure. And they both didn't knew that for the next 3 months they are going to meet each other every day. But there was a truth hidden beside all the good things. They knew since the day one, and that was that he has to leave for the college. And they both knew this since the day one. And beside the fact that they knew that he would leave for the college, they got close. They got attached. But she got scared. My heart will break. So she said that I have to end this. I can't. But he made her feel reassured that I will not change. Even when I will go to college, I'll still be your best friend. And maybe she really did not wanted that to end. She really wanted that reassurance only, which he gave. So now it was 19 July, actually 18 July, 18 July when he went for the college, and she made the beautiful handmade card, bought the gifts, because she was so scared that he will change, and maybe in future she will not even get an opportunity to give him anything. So she did everything she could. She told him that how important he was, because she was scared that tomorrow she might not even have that opportunity to tell that my best friend, you are so important to me. So she said all of it. And he, being the gentleman, respected her, and he continued the bond even after going to the college. The distance never felt like distance. They fought multiple times, but the fight was never against each other. It was always for each other. And so as the intent was to fight for each other, they always got back with each other, no matter how tragic the fight was, no matter they stopped talking for days. And there was a distance of 1500 kilometers between them, but still they ended talking to each other and still ended up being each other's constant. And still the question is, तू ऐसा कैसे है? तू ऐसा कैसे है कि तू मेरे दिल में ऐसे फिट हो जाता है? Everything was so good. The late night video calls, the long chatting, and the way she was here, he was there. Still, in their lives, they were the most important people, and there was no one who could compete. There were so many people in their lives trying to be that one person, but they couldn't, because there was always a Betu, and Betu's good boy. There was always a Betu, and a Betu's good boy. The good boy, then December happened, New Year happened, everything happened, lots of fights happened, lots of reconciliations happened, until the February, when everything was good. There came a new person. She also got someone new, and he also got someone new, but she never valued that new person as much as she used to do for him. But he misunderstood his place in her life, and he thought that maybe she's valuing him more. She never did that. But the biggest problem, which never felt like problem, made the biggest tragedy of their lives. That was distance, which created misunderstandings between them. But he also got a new girl. Now, that's her point of view, that he replaced her. But this is what her mind says, that he replaced me. He replaced me. But her heart still somewhere knows that you could have never done that. Even though we don't talk now, I somewhere know that my still place is intact. We ended things so badly. We said the most harshest things, and I said the most unnecessary things because I was so hurt. I was so hurt, which I never wanted to. And we ended. This July, we ended it for whenever, because somewhere I feel like, what if we'll meet again? What if things will get better? But I think my mind says that it's the final goodbye, but my heart is still like, maybe the story has not ended yet. So, for now, the story has ended, and the question will always remain कि तू ऐसा कैसे है